It's time for the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. Powerful and liberating business strategies you can start in 5 minutes or less. Now, here's your host, Dean Soto.
Hey, this is Dean Soto, founder of freedomin5minutes.com and prosulum.com. And we're here again with another Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast episode. Today's topic is this: feeling useless when you automate everything in your business. That and more coming up. Well, good day to you. It is so good to be here again with you, and it's nice to be out here with the Lunameister going for a walk, and we are having a little bit of fun. Actually, I just checked on one of my chickens, and it looks like they might have like a swollen feet, so I'm gonna have to care for that and make sure that they don't get more infected. But anyway, we have like 21 chickens, and it happens to be our rooster, so that kind of sucks. And he's really good. Honey. He's always looking for the honey. Anyway, so earlier today, my kids didn't have to go to this co-op homeschool thing. It's still smoky here, and we're near the Big Creek Fire, and so in the mornings and during the day, it's really smoky, and so they canceled it just because of how bad it was, air quality wise. And so that meant that the kids pretty much had the afternoon free. And with that, I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go spend some time with my kids, my 4 older girls at least. And so we went to a little place down here called Toll House Grill, and it was really nice, and got to just totally love on them, to spend some time with them, and we just had some really funny and silly conversations as we were sitting there, and it was great because we had ages 13 down to like 5 or 6, and the conversation was like, it was all over the place, and so it was fun. We laughed. I let them have their leap pads while we were eating, and they were just playing tic-tac-toe together on them and just having fun. And it was just a wonderful day. And so I don't know. It ended up being a really fun occasion. But when we got back, I found myself sitting in my office going, man, what do I need to do now? Like, I feel like the day was kind of broken up, which is fine. It's great if it's broken up because of my kids and get to be with them and spend time with them, right? But I felt like it was kind of broken up, and on top of that, I was like, my business partner's doing a bunch of really cool stuff that I see, and he's an amazing sales guy. He's got a really cool program that came out called Honey Badger Seller. It is really cool how it's basically for introverts. If you're an introvert and you want to sell, or you already are selling and you want to become better, Honey Badger Seller is like, it's the way to go. If you go to Instagram, follow Honey Badger Seller, and I think it's at Honey Badger Seller. He posts some really cool things, and then also there's a newsletter, and it's just really good stuff from an introvert perspective of how to not only win customers but delight customers as well, right? And so I see that, and then I see, other friends, and it's hard not to compare, right? It's not hard not to compare lives, especially on Instagram or social media. Everyone puts their perfect self forward, right? It's always, look at me, we just made this something tartare, and it looks delicious, and we got to travel Italy to find the ingredients for this thing, and everything's perfect in our life. And you look at that and you're like, oh my gosh, like I could be doing something like that. I'm not doing anything. I went and had a blast with my kids, but now I'm sitting in my office going, what am I doing? I'm such a lazy little bugger, right? Well, I go and I actually WhatsApp my friend, Paul, and I'm like, hey, do do you need help with anything? Do you need help with anything at all? And he essentially was like, enjoy your boredom, man. And it kind of struck me because it's very hard for me to enjoy downtime, to enjoy not having something where I'm either growing or doing. And in fact, something just came to my mind that I need to do that I just remembered. But it was kind of like grow your. He's like just enjoy it. Enjoy what you've been able to build. Just stop trying to make things happen. It's not going to happen. What is that? Wasn't that like Mean Girls or something like that? I don't know. It's not going to happen. Just enjoy. And it just got me thinking that, one of the big problems when you automate your business, one of the big things that you're going to run into is boredom, because you're so used to doing the day-to-day that feels like it's productive and you're creating new things, you're innovating, you're creating things of value. It feels like it, right? But in fact, what's really happening is you are just doing the mundane, the day-to-day, the things that have to be done. They're not necessarily creative, but they feel like you're adding a ton of value because, you need to do it. In fact, one of the things was yesterday was, paying my guys. We have a new system of how we're paying our guys. And this is the second week that I've done it. I should just create a video and let one of the VSAs, virtual systems architects, let one of the VSAs document it, and then have one of them do it every week, right? But for whatever reason, I'm just like, I'll do it this week. I'll do it again. I got nothing else to do, right? And it's not true. There's a lot that can be done, right? There's a lot of creative things that will help the business grow, that will give more things to it'll give more things to my employees. It'll help my business partner. It'll help all these different things, right? And so sitting there doing the payroll is not necessarily the most productive thing, but it feels good, right? It feels good, especially when you're not doing something else. Like you've automated yourself out of that, out of most of the aspects of your business. There are two solutions. Like, why is this important? It's important because you're going to run into this. As I'm teaching people how to systemize things, as I'm teaching people how to document everything and how to create a business that runs essentially by itself, you are going to run into a brick wall. You're going to run into a boredom wall, so to speak, right? Luna is over there sniffing, doing something. I don't even know what that is. Anyway, you're going to run into a boredom wall. And that boredom is going to make it so that you feel like you're backsliding, that you're not doing what you should be doing, that maybe you should get right back into the business. Maybe you should take what you've offloaded to somebody else and take it back and start doing it, right? But you're going to find very quickly that that's not the case. That's actually one of the worst things you should do. The other thing you're going to find is that you're going to know who your family is. You're going to know more about your sons, your daughters, your wife, your husband, right? You're going to know you have actual time to spend with them. And that's amazing. But it's also scary because it's going to be a mirror of how you've treated them for the last X amount of years, right? And sometimes that mirror is very, 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 very painful to look at. And so the beauty of automating is that it gives you space. You can use that space to be bored. You can use that space to grow and be creative. Or you can use that space to become closer to your family, closer to other people, help other people to grow. or to find ways to grow individually, right? So here's my challenge to you this week. My challenge to you is when you find yourself to be bored, one, enjoy it. Don't fight it. Like, as soon as my business partner was like, enjoy your boredom, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to enjoy it. So I just kind of chilled for a bit. And then I decided to walk my Luna, who has not gotten a walk in a long time. Right, Luna? Right, baby? Yeah, I see you over there. And now I wouldn't have noticed my rooster having some big, thick legs, right? Which now I can treat. I wouldn't have opened my eyes to any of those things. And so now, because of all that, it's opened up of just sitting in it and allowing myself to be bored. It's opened up a lot more opportunity. So, my challenge to you is, if you've already automated your business and you find yourself being bored, sit in it. If you have not, if you're in the day-to-day, start learning how to automate your business. We have a 4-video series at prosulum.com, prosulum.com, that teaches you how to automate your entire business. Go and check that out if you have not seen that. But if you already have, be okay with the boredom. Be okay with the boredom, because it will lead to some pretty amazing things in the long run. All right, this is Dean Soto. Go check out freedomin5minutes.com and prosulum.com, and I will go see you. I will see you in the next Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast episode.
Thanks for listening to the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. Now, head over to www.freedomin5minutes.com and register for our free masterclass and discover how to start systemizing and automating your entire business 5 minutes at a time. We'll see you next time on the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast.